Hey y'all, it's Taya. Welcome to my vlog. Hey y'all, so it's about 3:30, 4 a.m. I am here with Moo, getting some last little cuddles in before we head off to Alaska, and I wanted to pop in here and go over some of the books that I will be taking with me and hoping to read. I don't know how much reading I'm going to get done, honestly, because we are going to try and spend most of the time with family. The first one is Cold from the North by D.W. Ross. I wanted some nice, cold, wintry settings, because it is going to snow, or there is going to be snow on the ground in Alaska. So got a nice wintry fantasy. I'm hoping it's wintry. I mean, look at this cover. And then the back of it. I love books that do that, where the design just goes all the way around. Love it. And then the next one that I'm going to be bringing is The Athena Project by Brad Thor. I figured this one was a no-brainer because, sorry, I yawned. But I thought this one was a no-brainer because I absolutely love Brad Thor. Absolutely love his Scott Harveth series. So if I didn't like this one, or I got through this one, I knew this one was going to be good. And then the last one that I'm going to be bringing is a sci-fi, and this is Aurora Rising by Alistair Reynolds. And I've read this once. Absolutely loved it. It is a space sci-fi police procedural book. Absolutely loved this book. So I'm going to reread this because I have the sequel, which is Elysium Fire by him, and I want to read this so I can also read that. So yeah, these are the books that I'm going to be reading. Sorry about this update. I am exhausted and ready to get on my flight so I can either A, take a nap, or B, get some reading done. But I will talk to y'all later.
I am floating in a capsule high above the universe, and I think that I'd rather be floating here with you. My journey's seen 2 years. Sometimes I think my trip will see 2 more, but it gets quite lonely in my bubble, and I don't wanna cause no trouble, but I miss you when you're this far away, thinking maybe I can turn this ship around to where you lay sleeping, but I know that that's not possible, and we both know that we ended things when I left. I'm lost in the universe, 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 singing. I don't know if this is where I belong, singing. I am lost in this blue galaxy without you. Hey, whoa, yeah, I'm lost in this blue galaxy without you. Oh, yeah, I'm lost in this blue galaxy without you. Now I have never been this far from you, I've never been so scared. I have only loved and lost at this point. I knew you didn't care. To see the world and stars alone, to explore the galaxies. I must leave all my possessions for a life without your love, but Lord, I miss you when you're this far away, thinking maybe I can turn this ship around.
Hello, good morning, happy Wednesday. So I haven't spoken to you at all in a few days. yesterday we went out for breakfast at the Creperie, and then we went out to the Chena Hot Springs, and then we had dinner at Pagoda. If you're ever in Fairbanks, I highly suggest the Chena Hot Springs. That was such a cool experience. And below zero, I believe it was -4. I believe so. And then Pagoda is my absolute favorite Chinese restaurant. So, as far as reading goes, I am 122 pages into Cold from the North, and I am absolutely loving this. So, this is about Olgulf and his father, Rowden. There was a rebellion years and years and years ago, and his father found Celtbrand. And so he is essentially the king. And Olgulf's mother died a few years ago, and his father ever since has just been down and not ruling the kingdom how Olgulf seems that he should. And then, so Wildar was basically the one that raised him and taught him how to fight and all this. Well, then Wildar's talking about going to Acidania? Oh gosh. Let me see. I can't find it right now, but I believe it's Essalonia. And so then they get word where this whole city fell. And so they're really concerned, and Wildar and Olgulf are wanting to leave. And his father's like, no, we have to stay. No, his father wanted to leave too, and then they went down and they went to talk to this guy who essentially hears words from the gods. And he goes, no, the gods want you to stay, and if you leave, they will not bless your voyage. Well, then they find out that their biggest military kingdom fell, where they have warded off bigger armies in less than 2 days. And they're like, oh my gosh, this is insane. How did they take down Jarmar? And they're continuously headed for them. And so now they're wanting to take off south to Shingali, where normally, you would need a boat and everything to go. Well, they didn't have any boats. So they're having to go over what they call the Widow's Pass. And that's all I'm going to say, because a lot of crazy stuff goes down. But yeah, I just found out why they're killing all these peoples and crashing through these towns. And let me tell you what, I am shocked. So, my grandma just told me that waffles are done, so I will talk to y'all later. But I am absolutely loving this. I am constantly wanting to pick it up, and I am just so excited about this. And I haven't felt that way about a fantasy in a while, other than when I first read The Dwarves. And this is the first in a trilogy, the Unexplored Chronicles. So, I'll talk to y'all later.
Were you sleeping? But I know that that's not possible. And we both know that we ended things when I left. Whoa, I'm lost in the universe. I'm lost in the universe. Singing I don't know if this is where I belong. Singing I am lost in this blue galaxy without you. this blue galaxy without you. Whoa, yeah, I'm lost in this blue galaxy without you. One of these days I'll find a star. One of these days I'll find a heart that's clear like mine is. Keep it safe between the darkness out in space. One of these days I'll make a home. One of these days I will have conquered the whole galaxy without you. But Lord, I miss you when you're this far away. Thinking maybe I can turn this ship around to where you lay sleeping. But I know that that's not possible, and we both know that we ended things when I left.
Hey y'all, happy Saturday. So I have some updates. So we went to the ice museum, we went to the library. I grew up going to that library, and it's just such like a nostalgic feeling for me. But I have finished Cold from the North, and I absolutely loved this book. I knew that I would. Halfway through this book, I went to Amazon and I ordered the other two in the series. Absolutely amazing. Just, this is my, probably one of, if not my favorite, all-time favorite fantasy books ever. I loved the story. I was intrigued from beginning to end, and I just kept wanting to pick it up, and it was just the perfect book to read on this trip for me. Just, I don't even know how to explain my feelings. The ending made me wish that I had the other two already and I could just dive into the next book. I kind of expected it because I did not like this guy from the moment that I met him. But took a turn. That's all I'm going to say. If you have not read this book, pick it up immediately and read it. It's worth it. Worth every single second. And then, I got some books from the library. They had this sale going on where you could bring a bag, and anything that you fit into this bag, you could get for 50 cents. So I picked up quite a few books. The first one that I have here is Hands Down by Felix Francis. And I think this is an advanced reader's edition, so, but this is like a private investigator, Sid Halley, and, it has horses on the cover, and it involves, like, this guy's stable burning down, and, like, his friend, like, it says that he commits suicide, but Sid doesn't believe it, so I don't know. But it had horses on the cover, and it had horses in the synopsis, so I just had to pick it up. And then I can't remember if I have this one or not, Without Mercy by Lisa Jackson. So I picked this one up. And then, Gone Again by James Grippando. It's part of a series as well, but I figured I could pick it up and read it. You know, why not? And then this is The Negotiator by D. Henderson. This is like some of the other ones that I've read, with like the political intrigue kind of thriller, it seems. Kate O'Malley's specialty is hostage situations, diffusing human time bombs before they go off. She will walk into the middle of a crisis if that's what is necessary to settle a situation. She's learned to let others that she wants to see them. She's learned to depend on herself, only herself. People die if she fails. Alright, and then we have Poseidon's Wake by Alastair Reynolds. I have one of the books that I brought is by Alastair Reynolds. This one, Aurora Rising, and I really loved his writing style. So I picked up another one. And then we have Dangerous Games by Michael Prescott. Another kind of like mystery thriller. We have Pandemonium by Warren Fahey. This one is kind of like subterranean, and kind of gave me a little feel of the Sigma Force novels, but very, 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 very light feel. And then this is The Guardians of Time by Damian Lawrence. It's book 1 of the Guardian series. I wanted to pick up some more fantasy because I don't have very many fantasy books anymore. Got rid of a lot of my fantasy books. The Novice by Taryn Matharu. And I saw this little gecko type thing, little tiny dragon on here, and I'm pretty sure this is like a YA, but I wanted to give it a chance because the synopsis sounded pretty good, and honestly, I know it's not, but it kind of looked like an icy cover, and I was like, yes. I was feeling all of the wintry, kind of snowy settings. And then this is The Labyrinth Key by Howard V. Hendricks, and this says the race is heating up between the U.S. and China to develop a quantum computer with infinite capabilities to crack an enemy's codes, yet keep secure its own secrets. So, this is kind of like this system is trying to take down this other system that's trying to completely control the world. I don't know. Tears in Rain by Rosa Montero. And this says death is inevitable, especially when you have an expiration date, and that immediately drew me in right there. The Devil's Light by Richard North Patterson. On orders from Osama bin Laden, Al-Qaeda operative Amer al-Zarur directs the theft of a nuclear weapon from the Pakistani military and then transports it toward its intended target, Israel. And that goes into that. Oop, please don't fall. Tempest Down by Jeff Rovin, and this set is compared to like the Tom Clancy's Op Center. And then this is True Detectives by Jonathan Kellerman, and I have quite a few of Jonathan Kellerman's books. I'm wanting to collect the series, so I picked that one up. And the last one, Sniper's Honor by Stephen Hunter. I have another one of Stephen Hunter's books, and this kind of reminds me of like the Brad Thor books, so I picked this one up. But wow, I have had a lot to say for this clip, but I'm going to look and see what I want to pick up. I'm probably going to pick up either The Athena Project or Aurora Rising by Alistair Reynolds. I think I'm going to go for The Athena Project for right now, just because I just read a fantasy and I want to get back into my comfort zone a little bit. But I'm also really wanting to reread Aurora Rising because I'm just in that like world that's not our world, because these are kind of set in our world, you know, like the contemporary settings, whereas this is obviously space. We shall see what I'm feeling. I'll talk to y'all later.
Lost in the universe, I'm lost in the universe, singing, I don't know if this is where I belong, singing, I am lost in this blue galaxy without you. Hey, whoa, yeah, I'm lost in this blue galaxy without you. Oh, yeah, I'm lost in this blue galaxy without you. I am floating in a capsule high above the universe, and I think that I'd rather be Sometimes I think my triple C too more, but it gets quite lonely in my bubble, and I don't wanna cause no trouble, but I miss you when...
Hey y'all, happy Tuesday. So I'm officially back in Tennessee. Hello, hi, welcome. I apologize for not talking to you at all Sunday or Monday. Monday, in my defense, I was traveling all day. I did not get back home until 3 a.m. So the amount of energy that I have right now is astounding. Round of applause for me. But on Sunday, I was really trying to spend just as much time with my grandma and my aunt as possible. So we just hung out and played games. We played the Domino's game, Mexican Trains. That was cool. I learned how to play that, and now I'm obsessed. And then we also played Sorry, and I think that's it. But yeah. Oh, and my aunt is teaching me how to crochet a book sleeve because I love book sleeves. I want so many of them, but they get expensive. So I'm just gonna learn how to make my own. And you know, we'll see how well this goes. Please ignore my hair. It has decided that these little baby hairs are just gonna pop out. But as far as books go, I have picked up and started at least five different books. One of them I was really enjoying. Oh my goodness. We're just gonna leave it there. I give up. But so Aurora Rising by I'm like a squirrel over here today. Aurora Rising by Alistair Reynolds. I love, and I've read that book, but he has like this whole overarching plot, kind of like Robin Hobb does in her book. So I want to read all of his books kind of in order, because I really love his writing style, and I'm hoping that I'm not going to be disappointed reading some of his older work. But yeah, so I started that, and then realized that I started Guardians of Time by something Lawrence. Can't think of it right now, but I read the prologue. I love the prologue, and then I got into the story and I found it quite boring, so I put that down. And then I started Tears in Rain, I think, and I was liking that. I read that for the remainder of the flight. I only got like 30 pages in, and then I put that down. I tried The Labyrinth Key, I think, and I was just not feeling it. I started The Athena Project by Brad Thor. Was not feeling that either. I started, I think that might be it. No. Then I read The Novice. I started The Novice, and the main character is 15. It just read very childish, so I stopped reading that. But I think I have realized that what I'm feeling is a sci-fi, and I want a heavy sci-fi. So Invisible Wars by Mike Kupari, and this has 3 books in it, so it's not one big one, but I've heard really good things about this, and by heard I mean I looked it up on Goodreads. But yeah, so I think I'm gonna read this. I have like 10 minutes before I have to be inside, so I'm gonna read as much as I can, and then I'm going to actually end this vlog here, so you won't see my thoughts on it. But if you enjoyed this vlog, and I very much hope that you did, please like, comment, subscribe, whatever you feel like doing. I greatly appreciate each and every single one of you. I hope to see you in my next vlog. Bye.